And now sources are saying that the BJP High Command has told its leaders to speak only after they have understood the party's line on Dadri, just to avoid any controversy. So that is the general advisory that has come in from the BJP top command, asking its members to, exercise caution before they comment on the Dadri lynching case. We have online Brijesh Pandey. Brijesh, isn't this, rather unfortunate and something coming in too late in the day after all those outrageous comments that we heard from, some very senior BJP leaders, whether it's Mahesh Sharma calling this incident an accident or, Sanjeev Balian calling it a spontaneous act. What does the BJP mean by asking its leaders to toe the party line now at this stage?
Well, initially the leaders who were involved, one way or another had their stakes in Uttar Pradesh. They kind of, flew on their own. What was really irresponsible was the fact that nobody senior in the BJP deemed it fit to rain these comments, to rain these people that, that they are not a member of parliament or a member of legislative assembly, but they are also ministers in Narendra Modi cabinet. And, the fact is that the Prime Minister giving the kind of push he wants to give to the image of India internationally, these kind of incident does put a stain or a serious setback to his effort. So immediately after, when yesterday Finance Minister Arun Jaitley in a meeting in New York while addressing Columbian University, he said that that these kind of incidents are simply unacceptable. And after that, we also heard Home Minister Rajnath Singh echoing the same line. It is clear that the BJP is realizing fast that that these kind of irresponsible statements are hurting its image of pro-development, and then this is the reason why the party has very lately, of course, tried to rein in these people, and they have also, what we have been told is that they have also pulled up BJP MLA Sangeet Som, who comes from Muzaffarnagar, and they have said that, that they should exercise caution and not make these kinds of inflammatory statements.
Okay, just stay with us, Brijesh. Very interesting information there. Let me get in a word from Sanket Upadhyay as well. Sanket, Arun Jaitley, during that lecture at Columbia University, called the Indian society a mature society. I only wonder that why now are they, issuing this kind of an advisory? Why didn't the BJP top command not wake up to the kind of immature comments that their own party leaders were making in the wake of the Dadri lynching murder?
Well, Avantika, that's anyone's guess at this moment, because if you consider the party line,
what has prompted them to? What has prompted them now to take this?
Absolutely, Avantika. The reason why it has prompted them now is because, as Brijesh mentioned, the party has had this realization. You've got a Bihar election coming, you've got 2017 Uttar Pradesh coming, you've got crucial elections coming, and at this point, if the party's image of being pro-development is dented, so there was a political recalculation within the BJP that this pro-development image of the party is being dented, and also the party is appearing, the statements on behalf of the party are appearing to be rather insensitive. You have leaders who are actually coming out and mentioning at a time when you have a family which has been forced to shift out of the village after staying there for 80 long years. There are leaders who are going there and saying that there is too much of cow slaughter happening in Uttar Pradesh. You have leaders like Sangeet Som, Sanjeev Balian. These are directly BJP leaders. I'm not even going to the fringe elements, leaders like Sadhvi Prachi and all, who will have absolutely no impact from this general advisory that the BJP has issued. It really does not concern them because technically they are not in the ambit of the BJP. So there is a realization at the topmost level of the BJP that this is not helping their cause.
Okay, we are getting in Rajdeep Sardesai now, consulting editor with India Today. Rajdeep, I just want to ask you, how seriously really will, these leaders take the general advisory, how seriously will they adhere to this advisory? Do you think that it will stop them from making, these insensitive remarks that we have all been witness to?
Well, at the end of the day, about advisory, why hasn't there been a public statement criticizing the likes of Sangeet Som, Sunil Balian, Mr. Nagar, Sadhvi Prachi, all those leaders from the broader Sangh Parivar who have made these comments? Sources said, and general advisories, unless they're publicly made and there is a public condemnation, rarely works. Akhilesh Yadav has not publicly condemned Azam Khan for his statements, and I haven't seen a single senior BJP leader publicly condemn the likes of Sangeet Som and Sunil Balian. Sunil Balian continues to be a member of the Narendra Modi government. Sangeet Som is an MLA. They've achieved what they wanted to. The aim was to polarize the electorate. That has been achieved. So now these general advisories, to my mind, make absolutely no impact. They need to be publicly condemned. There needs to be an attempt made to isolate and ostracize such elements. Only then will these inflammatory statements stop. And this is from both sides. I mean, when I say both sides, I mean the Samajwadi Party and the BJP in this instance. Both have to restrain their leaders from making such statements. General advisories and sources said, frankly, to my mind, is only a cop-out and is an attempt to try and window dress what is a very serious issue and what is a very sensitive issue that unfortunately has been handled by nauseating vote bank politics on both sides.
You know, what does one make from the condemnation coming in from senior leaders like Arun Jaitley, Rajnath Singh? I mean, this general advisory, is it just a hogwash? Is it just a farce to placate, tempers ahead of the Bihar polls? Because up till now, we've seen all politicians, from all parties piggybacking on this divisive politics. What does one really make of a general advisory like this?
Let me be very honest on this. If Mr. Arun Jaitley is saying it has hurt India's image in the world, that's not the critical issue. This is not some policy issue. This is a crime. What is needed is the criminals are prosecuted, and those who resort to inflammatory remarks with the objective of spreading hatred among communities need to be acted against. So I don't see Mr. Arun Jaitley having made a comment against the kind of comments that his own colleagues have passed. What about Mahesh Sharma? He's the culture minister in your government. He makes comments like it was an accident, that these are innocent children. Now, or that the 17-year-old girl was not touched. Is the Prime Minister or Arun Jaitley ready to sack Mahesh Sharma? Only when stern action of that nature is taken will an example be set. If Mahesh Sharma is sacked, if Sangeet Som is suspended, then you would believe that the BJP is genuine about acting against those making inflammatory remarks. If Akhilesh Yadav is to suspend or sack Azam Khan, then you would believe that Akhilesh Yadav is serious about acting against those politicians making irresponsible remarks. Otherwise, frankly, this is just a typical narrative that after the damage has been done, politicians suddenly, they make these statements simply as damage limitation. To my mind, the damage has been done, and it will require more than just general advisories before you can actually believe that our politicians recognize the gravity and the sensitivity of the situation.
And none of them have. They really haven't. And we have not seen any of that action by, any of these party against their leaders who have been accused of making these outrageous remarks and who have in fact been making these insensitive remarks, which once again raises, serious questions on the seriousness of this general advisory by the BJP top command to the other party leaders. The BJP clearly now has cracked the whip, however, on its leaders who have been accused of fanning flames in, Dadri. That continues to remain tense. It continues to remain volatile. The High Command has told its loose cannons to adhere to the party line while commenting on beef politics. In fact, the BJP's diktat comes after the inflammatory remarks in the backdrop of the violent killing of 50-year-old Muhammad Iklam. From looking to score brownie points just ahead of those crucial elections in Bihar, there's no trick that local politicians haven't really tried or used in a bid to incite passions further. While the family is, making a desperate appeal repeatedly, we've been hearing, repeatedly the older son who is working with the Indian Air Force requesting political parties and leaders not to politicize his father's death. It has clearly turned into one election fodder as each leader tries to inflame even as an uneasy calm prevails over Dadri. Uttar Pradesh Cabinet Minister Azam Khan has said that he will be raising the issue of rising crimes against Muslims with the United Nations. And speaking of, other BJP leaders, Sangeet Som, in fact, has risen the issue of illegal cow slaughter as well earlier on.
दादरी की घटना को उत्तर प्रदेश सरकार ने जिस तरीके से राजनीतिकरण किया है वो दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है। दादरी की घटना के लिए उत्तर प्रदेश सरकार की लापरवाही और उत्तर प्रदेश में व्याप्त जंगल राज और अराजकता जिम्मेदार है।
जो कुछ हुआ है वो नागपुर हेडक्वार्टर और गृह मंत्रालय के मशवरे से हुआ है। गृह मंत्रालय ने जो एडवाइजरी जारी की है वो एक कंफ्यूजन है और फाशिस्टों को और बढ़ावा देता है। राज्य सरकार क्या करेगी जब केंद्र की सरकार आग लगाने के लिए बिल्कुल दरपे हो।
वो लॉ एंड ऑर्डर खराब नहीं है ही नहीं उत्तर प्रदेश में। हालात ये हैं, कानून व्यवस्था ध्वस्त हो चुकी है उत्तर प्रदेश में। कम्युनलिज्म हर चीज़ का सांप्रदायिक रंग आजम खान देते हैं। कानून व्यवस्था का जहाँ तक प्रश्न है, आजम खान जी की वजह से मैं समझता हूँ कि उत्तर प्रदेश में ये काउ स्लॉटरिंग को प्राश्रय दिया जा रहा है। गो हत्यारों को कहीं ना कहीं पुलिस की तरफ से कार्रवाई नहीं होती है। समाजवादी पार्टी के लोकल नेता इसमें इन्वॉल्व रहते हैं और मुझे लगता है सब आजम खान जी की छत्रछाया में हो रहा है।
बीजेपी इस मुद्दे पर राजनीति न कर रही थी, न कर रही है, न कर सकती है। बीजेपी केवल राष्ट्रवाद की राजनीति करती है। संगीत सोम केवल ये गए कि सबके साथ न्याय होना चाहिए, एक तरफा कोई कार्रवाई नहीं होनी चाहिए, केवल उन्होंने इतना कहा है, गए और क्या हो गया। आजम खान यूनियन में ले जाने की बात करते हैं। मुझे लगता है आजम खान पाकिस्तान की भाषा बोल रहे हैं। जैसे पाकिस्तान कोई मुद्दा हो यूनियन में ले जाएंगे, उसी प्रकार से आजम खान इस मुद्दे को हम यूनियन में ले जाएंगे।
मैं परिवारों से मिलने गया था और वहाँ जो भी लोग बैठे हुए थे वो पहले से बैठे होंगे। मैंने ना किसी को संबोधित करके ये कहा कि भाई यहाँ सभा होगी, ना मैंने किसी को ये कहा कि यहाँ क्या करना है। मैं पूरे उत्तर प्रदेश के विषय पे बोल रहा था कि उत्तर प्रदेश में चरम सीमा पे गोकशी हो रही है और ये रोज रोज जो इस तरीके का बखेड़ा लॉ एंड ऑर्डर की प्रॉब्लम आ रही है, सरकार इसे रोकने में एकदम नाकाम है। और हम हमेशा इस बात को कहते रहे हैं कि गोकशी जैसी घटना नहीं होनी चाहिए, कानून नहीं टूटना चाहिए, लेकिन सरकार इस पे अंकुश कुछ नहीं लगा रही है। मैं पूरे उत्तर प्रदेश के विषय पे बोल रहा था।
Let's go straight to Anindya Banerjee. Anindya, you have been in Dadri for so long. You've been tracking each and every, visit made by these politicians and all the developments in the village. How is the situation now in the village? Have you been able to, speak to the other villagers? What do they have to say now that, we've seen how politicians from across the line politicizing and polarizing, all the people out there? What do they have to say? The general villagers, the other people, the neighbors of Mohammad Ikhlaq?
Well, to be frank, Avantika, that we are outside almost 4.5 kilometers or 5 kilometers away from Bishara village, because media, even today around 2 p.m. This morning, people from the Bishara village came and threatened us that we can't stay around that area. So we have further moved our OBs and our crew from there. So, but the sense that I'm getting it from whoever we could manage to talk to is that that they are not ready to accept the fact that whoever are apprehended by the police are actually guilty, and that is the most saddest part. It wasn't the sense ever since that when it happened, the Akhlaqs, after Mr. Akhlaq's murder, we came here, we've seen that they were still in harmony, they're living. There was a distrust, there was a mistrust, but in spite of that, the social fabric was still intact. But ever since the politicians started visiting in, with the start of Mr. Owaisi to Mahesh Sharma and the likes of Sangeet Som and Yogi Adityanath also came to the national capital yesterday, not here in Bishara village. Even we are expecting, Yogi Adityanath is expected today, Azam Khan was yesterday in the national capital region. So this kind of visits and the kind of comments they are making, absolutely polarizing comments and very insensitive comments. Something to the effect, very quickly if I may add, that somebody of a stature of Asauddin Owaisi coming and saying that ये मुजफ्फर राइट्स की याद दिलाता है, and then you have a union minister who is a culture minister going straight to the temple where from the call was made, and Sangeet Som calling the perpetrators innocent. This has widened the rift way and much. It will take years from now on to heal those mistrusts, and that's why you see that minority community living here is around 200 or 250, and they are extremely in a sense of insecurity, and they want some sort of some sense of security to be instilled with them, and that only can the state government can provide.
Right, Anindya. Such a shame, our country's lawmakers engaging in this blame game and politicizing a matter so serious, rather than, showing empathy to the family members and even to, the other people in that village, and instead of, just expressing their condolences to the family members, they're busy just engaging in this blame game and politicizing the entire matter. Meanwhile, the Uttar Pradesh government has also sent a detailed report to the Ministry of Home Affairs on the Dadri incident, but the government has not really mentioned any reason for the murder of Mohammad Ikhlaq. In fact, without mentioning the word beef or cow slaughter, the state government has said that there were allegations that the deceased was killed for consuming meat of an animal whose slaughter is banned. The Uttar Pradesh government has said investigation is currently underway and no conclusion has been reached as of now. In the 2-page report that was sent on Monday night, the UP government has also listed the names of all the political personalities who have visited a Clark's family and those who went to Bishara village in Dadri but did not get a chance to meet the family members. State government has also informed the Ministry of Home Affairs of all preventive measures being taken to calm the situation in Dadri. Kamaljeet joins us for more on this. Kamaljeet, what other news have you been able to get from your sources, or more information about this report that has been handed over by the state government to the Ministry of Home Affairs?
Avantika, remember the report was sought on Thursday, and this is the reply that they've gone on Monday night. They are obviously analysing the sort of report which has been sent. It's a 2-page report, as you mentioned it. It talks about the circumstances, and obviously it doesn't mention beef or cow slaughter, but again talks about the circumstances in which a Clark was killed and the measures which have been put in place. And obviously, even as we were in the spot in Dadri and continue to be there, so also remember the police there, even though there has been barricading which has been done, Section 144 is in place. The VVIPs, including politicians, continue to make a beeline and make all those inciting speeches. Now that remains the main cause of concern, and that is why Rajnath Singh earlier and even today reiterated that there should be a zero tolerance as far as communal overtones are concerned, and action needs to be taken. But remember, BJP's own leaders seem to be out of reign, talking about some of the speeches, and Sangeet Som being one of them, Mahesh Sharma. The other leaders obviously making a beeline there. And we've seen a similar approach from the Samajwadi Party government itself, including Azam Khan saying he's going to write to United Nations. So there is a certain part of it which is politics. But remember, the report which has been sent to Ministry of Home Affairs is a factual report. It mentions the number of people who've been arrested, the number who continue to be at large. It talks about the conspiracy and says that this is still under investigation. So the UP government is not taking any line at this point of time, saying the matter remains under investigation. But remember that there are issues, there are incidents like Muzaffarnagar violence, there are issues like Dadri Nagar. So this is something which...
Kamaljeet, a sample of that meat was also sent, to the forensic lab for test, which was in itself quite bizarre. Has there been no mention of that in this report?
Well, our sources indicate that there is no mention of that. Says the line that they've chosen to say is that this matter is under investigation. Though Ministry of Home Affairs is aware that a certain meat sample was sent to the lab, they'll say that they are still analysing that particular detailed report, and if they need be, they would further probe UP government. And remember, law and order situation, as far as law and order is concerned, remains a state subject. So continuously provoking or even probing the UP government is something that Ministry of Home Affairs would not want to do, but give advisories and caution them that they need to be aware and sensitive towards communal issues within the state of UP.
All right, Kamaljeet and Anando, thank you both for joining us and getting us all the updates on the situation in Dadri and, of course, on this report that has been submitted by the UP state government to the Ministry of Home Affairs. We'll continue to get you more news and updates.